Ever feel like no matter how much you perfect your schedule or refine your routines, you're still exhausted and falling behind? You're not alone. Imagine waking up to a perfectly structured day, every minute accounted for, no time wasted, and not a single mistake allowed. Sounds great, right?
The catch.
It could burn you out faster than you think, but there's a way to avoid it, and it starts with building resilience.
It's all tied to something I call the zero challenge, the dangerous pursuit of perfection that leaves you exhausted, overwhelmed, and running on empty.
And if you're stuck in the cycle, or like you're always chasing perfection,
I'm going to show you why it's happening, what it's costing you, and how to fix it. Let's break it down. The zero challenge is the pursuit of zero mistakes, zero wasted time, and zero inefficiency. It sounds like the ultimate productivity goal, but here's the reality. It's a trap.
instead of making you more productive, it's likely to leave you overwhelmed, exhausted, and burned out.
So why does something that seems so smart, eliminating wasted time and chasing perfection, end up making us feel more stressed, drained, and stuck?
Let's unpack the dangers and what it's really costing you.
The zero challenge is rooted in the belief that we can and should be flawless.
That every second of the day must be optimized, every task perfected, and every action free of error.
It sounds logical, even admirable, but here's the problem.
People aren't machines.
We're not wired to operate at 100% efficiency all the time.
And that's exactly where the trap starts. The more you try to control every detail and eliminate imperfections, the more pressure you create. You're constantly analyzing, tweaking, and second-guessing yourself. Instead of moving forward, you're stuck in a loop of endless adjustments, and the mental load of keeping up with all of it is exhausting.
What's worse is that the pursuit of perfection feeds a sense of inadequacy.
You see every mistake as proof that you're not good enough, and the fear of failure starts driving your decisions. It's no longer about productive. It's about proving your worth, and that's where burnout begins. We see this everywhere. Slogans like work smarter, not harder, or maximize every minute. Social media feeds show people achieving more in a day than most of us manage in a week, feeding the pressure to do more
And do it flawlessly. And let's be honest,
when we see others appearing to have it all together, it's easy to feel like we're falling behind.
this comparison trap fuels the unrealistic expectation that we need to keep up, pushing us closer to burnout. Real productivity isn't about squeezing every ounce of efficiency out of your time. It's about finding balance and sustainability. That's where resilience comes in. Resilient people don't aim for perfection. They aim for progress. They recover from setbacks and adapt when plans don't go perfectly. And that's what makes them truly efficient over time. Who doesn't want to be more productive and efficient? I do.
But what happens when you try to eliminate every inefficiency? You might actually be doing more harm than good.
Let me explain why. Trying to be perfectly efficient doesn't just drain you. It sets you up to fail. That's where resilience comes in. It gives you the flexibility to recover and stay strong.
Even when things don't go as planned.
The drive to perfect every second doesn't just push you harder, it pushes you to the edge. Mental fatigue sets in. You second guess yourself. Decisions feel impossible, and creativity, it disappears when you're stuck in survival mode.
This is where resilience becomes your secret weapon. Imagine a student preparing for final exams. They pull all-nighters, skip meals, and push themselves to the limit. But the ones who succeed aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who recover from setbacks, adapt their strategy, and keep going. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about learning to thrive under pressure and using setbacks as stepping stones. Resilient people expect setbacks and see them as opportunities to learn. Instead of beating themselves up for falling short, they reflect, adjust, and move forward. It's this mindset that prevents burnout and keeps them performing at a high level over the long term.
Here's something you need to know. Trying to maintain perfect efficiency comes with 3 real costs. The first is mental and physical fatigue. This is when you push yourself to be perfect 24/7. That only ends up draining your energy and leaves you with no room for recovery. The second is decision fatigue.
This is where you're constantly analyzing how to perfect every action that ends up exhausting your brain and leads to poor choices later. The third is decreased creativity. Creativity thrives in unstructured or free time.
But the zero challenge leaves no room for that exploration. and will eventually lead to burnout that you're trying to avoid.
Resilience protects you from these traps by helping you recognize when you're pushing too hard and giving yourself permission to step back and recharge. Resilient people don't avoid stress, they recover from it, and that makes them far more effective in the long run.
So, how can you actually break free of the zero challenge trap? Here are 3 specific ways resilience can help you regain control and thrive. Develop better adaptability.
Resilient people pivot when things don't go as planned. Instead of breaking down when problems happen, they solve those problems. Embrace imperfection. Resilient people accept that mistakes are learning opportunities, not failures.
Prioritize rest and recovery.
Resilient people prioritize rest and recovery, allowing them to sustain high performance over time.
If you want to escape the burnout trap of the zero challenge, here's how resilience can help.
Embrace the 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% of tasks that create 80% of your results. Let go of the idea that everything has to be perfect. Take breaks to recharge. Rest is productive. Build short breaks into your day to protect your energy and maintain focus. Set smart goals. Resilient people focus on progress, not perfection. Set smart goals that push you without overwhelming you. Learn from mistakes. Instead of chasing zero errors, view mistakes as feedback. Resilient individuals know mistakes are part of growth. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge progress no matter how small. This builds confidence and reinforces resilience.
The zero challenge might promise perfection, but it's resilience that allows you to achieve sustainable success. Don't fall into the trap of chasing zero inefficiencies.
Focus instead on building the resilience to recover from setbacks and keep moving forward. Have you struggled with burnout or perfectionism? What strategies have helped you bounce back? Let's keep this conversation going by hearing what you have to say in the comments, and let's learn from each other.
And before you go, be sure to check out this next video where I'll show you more tips and strategies for building resilience and avoiding burnout for good. Thanks for watching, and remember, progress, not perfection, is the key to lasting success. I'll see you online soon.